welcome back, everyone. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a song request by RG. I'm super excited. This is a Yes tribute from Magna Carta, and this is called, the album is called Tales from Yesterday, and it has the amazing song Siberian KHATRU on there. And the lineup is just insane. Thank you so much, RG, for choosing this. I remember we did a full album reaction on the Patreon of Close to the Edge, and Alexia wasn't that happy with the song, but I think because she was expecting more of Close to the Edge from the first, from side A. And then she was, I guess, a little bit overwhelmed with side B, but I did like the song. Now, I don't really remember it, but we're going to listen to a completely different version. Oh my God, the artwork is so beautiful from Tales from Yesterday. I'm sure they used the same artist. But yeah, this is a Magna Carta release. I used to buy a lot of Magna Carta back in the day, but I was always hesitant with anything that was like tributes. I did buy my Liquid Tension, my Shadow Gallery, my Magellan, a lot of stuff that was on there, but with the ELP and the Yes and the Rush tributes, and I don't know, I was just young, So okay, so the musicians on this track, we got Nick Virgilio on the drums. We got Mike Keneally on guitar. I've been listening to some Mike Keneally through RG, and also the first time I got exposed to him in a G3 concert with Steve Vai and Satriani and Eric Johnson. Kevin Gilbert on the keyboards and Brian Beller on bass. So that's the lineup we have. Super excited about this. I'm just going to keep an open mind. This is a longer song, about 8 minutes. And let's check it out. We got these master musicians paying tribute to this master musician band, these larger than life personas. Yes, it's just incredible. It has it's literally Alexia's favorite band. I'm more between Genesis. I don't know, I just love like everything that Tony Banks touches for me is just gold. And I do love Rick Wakeman as well, but I just like Tony Banks more. I don't know, it's just personal taste. But hey, so let's go with this. All you Yes fans, I hope you do enjoy. Again, thank you to RG for sponsoring the video. Thank you so much, and let's just enjoy this ride. I'm not gonna try and like I'm just gonna stop when something really striking happens, but most of the time I'm just gonna be trying to take it all in, because it's a lot. I know with Yes, it's you have to pay a lot of attention. So here we go with the track. This is from 1995. Also the album is called Tales from Yesterday, A View from the South Side of the Sky. All right, here we go. Sounds good. Very Hendrix. That's basically all I remember. The diddle-a-doo, the diddle-a-doo, the biddle-a-doo. But it's been a couple of months since I've listened to this, and let's just let's try and take it for what it is. It is a cover. It's not the original, because I know a lot of people will pull it right in the comment section. Oh, the original is better. I've heard the original. The original is, of course, always going to be better, but this is not why we're here. We're here to listen to this version. So just keep an open mind, just enjoy and say, hey, this is so cool that yes could inspire other people to play this down to a T perfectly. Even like I was doing this. I know that Chris Squire plays with a pick, so I always get that wrong, but I play bass always with my fingers, so I'm sorry, the air bass is wrong. But yeah, let's just appreciate for what it is. I know he doesn't sound quite like John Anderson, but hey, he is very close, and I think it takes a lot of talent to just get close to yes. So let's enjoy. Wow. All right. So, I mean, it's just the music that is Yes is just so rich and full of ideas, you know. And they're all so great, and they sound so good together. Like these, the original. I mean, the musicians who wrote this, and just like to talk about the music real quick. It's just like, and it's like the second time I listened to the song. First was the original when we did the reaction, and there's so much to do, so hadn't had time to listen to it again. So I don't really have a reference, but I'm sure they're playing it like exactly the same. But you'll be the judge. You guys, of course, have heard this, the original, like hundreds or thousands of times even. So you'll know exactly what's different. But it's just like, what a composition. It's just like, that's what always baffles me about Yes, that they're so I mean, technically speaking, you know, the ability to play all these very the chords, the just the scales, and just to come up with all that stuff, and then to make it all work, and have like this angel sing over it, you know, who's John Anderson, with this very, very particular voice, you know, and he's doing a great job, this vocalist, as well. So I do have that same feeling. It's just very, it feels like from the heavens, you know. It's like, it's just good music when you hear this. But I can see a lot of people, and I've even read a lot of people that are like not fans of, you know, progressive rock, like Yes, even Genesis, that's not so crazy. I mean, you know, I think the early Genesis was the heaviest, you know, like Supper's Ready, and which is beautiful. But I mean, for a lot of people, it can be overwhelming. And especially when you're not, I guess, you know, a lot of people that are not musically like educated, as in a sense, as they learned music in school, then it can be a turn off. It's like, it's either too long, the lyrics don't make any sense, there's too much music, it's just overwhelming. So I understand that a lot of people are basically drawn away from that. But then again, there's a lot of people who never studied music in their life, and they just get it. It's just like, it's a matter of taste. I personally love this type of music. But I'm sure, but also Alexia, for example, who has really not studied any music, she loves this. She's like, Close to the Edge is like her holy grail for her. Like literally, like she has heard this album, I don't know, like every time I go into the car, Close to the Edge is on. So it's almost like an obsession. But I love it, you know, for my wife to be so into music. But going back to this, I think they're doing a phenomenal job. It's really hard to play. It's just very complex. And anybody who can play like this should be, you know, awarded with like, hey, amazing, you know. So just to touch on this, but it's just, as the composition as a whole, it's just super complex. The time signatures are nuts. And but it's beautiful. I liked when chaos becomes harmony, you know, like the cacophony becomes like a symphony, and that's what they are good at, you know. That's what Yes is so good at, you know. And they've always been, even in their later stuff that we listen to. It's just amazing. So that's all I'm going to interrupt. Let's just listen to this. And but I just want to say something about this. Okay, here we go. I guess that's from, I don't know if that was in the original as well, because I know that's from the opening. Great. I think this was a great rendition. I love how the guitar player even kind of imitated Steve Howe in his playing at the end. You know, he was very much, he sounded like Steve Howe. There's a specific way Steve Howe plays, and I think he did a great job at imitating that style. But I think the whole song, I mean, it sounded like perfect to me. You know, you'll be the judge, because I'm just not that familiar with the original yet. You know, if you would play, I don't know, Phantom of the Opera by Iron Maiden, and you would give me a cover version, I know exactly what's missing, what's being played. When there's a bend that's a millisecond too long, or if the solo's not exactly the same, I would know. But music like this, it's just too new to me. But this was a great idea. Thank you, RG. Thank you so much for all the jazz fusion that you request on the channel. That's basically what was my idea in the first place. I wanted to have a channel with only jazz fusion. That's it, because that's all I was listening to. Everything, pretty much only instrumental music, and then, you know, the copyright strikes came in because I was basically doing it wrong, because I was uploading full concerts, and you can't do that. You can't, that's not what they call fair use. You can only have something if you upload something and you transform it while giving commentary, critique, or whatever, you know. If you break it down, you can teach or whatever, but that's, I guess, when it becomes fair use. But I was just like literally uploading the entire thing, and then the studios were like, copyright strike, one more and your channel is dead. And then Alexa basically said, hey, why didn't you react to the music or show it to me? And she was so nice. She's like, just show me like all your like favorite like guitar players. And basically we didn't really start with that. We started with our first video was Peter Gabriel. You can watch the video. We basically, even in the video, we said it's just we're never going to post this. And then it was just such a good take that we posted it, and that was the pretty much the beginning of the channel. But hey, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a Yes fan, a prog fan, a fusion fan. I know there's a little bit of a debate. What is what? I know, I guess I know what the difference is. A lot of people say it's the same thing. I don't think so, but that's just my point of view. Fusion and prog is very different. But hey, you know, whatever you think is whatever you want to believe, you know. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching the channel. If you like what you see, you can go ahead and subscribe. Thanks again for being here. See you in the next one.